Hi there, I'm your English coach, Christina, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll learn American culture and business know-how to become confident in English. Watching American movies is a great way to practice the language and to get closer to American culture. And here are my top 3 movies to understand what we mean by the American dream. Let's go. The movie Forrest Gump is about the ideal of the American dream. The character of Forrest Gump is brave and determined throughout 4 decades of American culture. He's a poor and mentally challenged kid in the rural American South.
Who in the hell is that?
That there's Forrest Gump, Coach. Just a local idiot.
But he never gives up and he never lies. And he ends up successful. Of course, most Americans are aware that the American dream has its flaws. The comedian George Carlin talked about them at length, and you'll find this famous speech on my website in the blog post for this episode. But back to Forrest Gump. In the movie, for instance, we see that racism makes a society that isn't fair for everyone. It's kind of an understatement. Yet, overall, the movie is still optimistic about the American dream. After all, with Forrest, we see a society that becomes fairer with time.
You boys from the world? Alabama, sir. You twins?
I'd also recommend that you watch this movie to get in touch with a part of American culture, especially some defining elements of American history from the 1950s to the early 1990s. There's the Civil Rights Movement, and also the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, the rise and fall of hippie and disco cultures, American football, and all of that. Plus, the soundtrack includes some of the best American music from the 60s and 70s. And this movie also speaks to me personally just because, well, I used to live there. My own hometown of Pascagoula, Mississippi is about 30 minutes away from Bayou La Battery, Alabama, where part of the movie takes place. It's the part with the shrimp boat. And I love shrimp.
Coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
I mean, I'd really like to be able to eat lunch today at the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company restaurant. Little Miss Sunshine tells the story of a family of misfits helping their youngest daughter, Olive, win a child beauty pageant. You have almost every element of the American dream in there. First, the daughter is the underdog in the competition. She's determined and hardworking. Her dad is a motivational speaker, and he really believes in the American meritocracy, even though he's down on his luck. And the whole family travels west to pursue their success, like many American people did in history.
Where's Olive?
Oh, no one gets left behind!
The main difference between this movie and the full American dream, though, is winning. Olive's father isn't successful. Her uncle is suicidal. Her half-brother's dream, they're a long shot. But the American dream has actually failed all of these characters. Yet, the movie still keeps its optimistic heart. The adorable Olive shows us the way to deal with failure. Stay close to your loved ones. Don't do things by ambition, but because you enjoy them. I love this movie. It's a fun road trip movie. It's a staple of American culture. And Little Miss Sunshine has a big heart, a funny cast of characters, and the whole family is very dysfunctional, but they still love and support each other. And there's something that makes this movie really worth watching. It's that final, wonderful dance scene. Yeah!
She's a super freak.
It's much funnier than that dance scene. Watch the movie. You'll laugh. American Beauty is a movie about the bad side of achieving the American dream. Culturally, this movie takes place in small town America, and that's where the majority of Americans actually live, by the way. Not in the big, vibrant cities of New York, Miami, or San Francisco, but in little towns and suburban neighborhoods instead. And sometimes, as American Beauty depicts, it leads to boredom and monotony. Lester Burnham, the protagonist, has achieved the official goal of the American dream, but he's still unhappy. His material wealth, his relationships, and basically his whole life are only superficial. And that's the American dream at its weakest, when it develops into a game of appearances and narcissism instead of meaningful work and honest relationships. And all of this makes for an interesting movie to watch to learn more about American culture.
Why can't they just have their own lives?
I'm so proud of you. You didn't screw up once.
Your dad's actually kind of cute.
I think he and your mother have not slept together in a long time.
Now, tell me, what other movie about the American dream would you recommend? Write it in the comments below. And if you want to immediately understand 12 everyday expressions that Americans say fast, get my free pronunciation and comprehension lesson with exercises. Just click the image below. And of course, subscribe to my channel so you get a new English lesson each week. Thanks for watching Speak English with Christina, and I'll see you next time.